in some flashiness. In fact, TSM felt the brunt of Forbidden Swain yesterday. But certainly when it's picked, it seems pretty good. Talia and Jax also banned away. So a lot of different stuff.
Yeah, the Jax is the most interesting one to me because, you know, yes, that is a jungle pick as well as a top lane pick, but it hasn't been of especially high priority. So it must be something either from scrims or a specific counter pick that they're trying to get off of the table for themselves. And we'll definitely have to keep an eye on that one because it is a little bit out of the ordinary as far as the common bans right now.
Zoe is not, though, and Team Liquid do ban that as their third one, taking it off the table from Bjergsen. And we'll see what TSM have in store. Do they pick something a little more standard, or do they have some other research they've already done? We'll find out in 5 seconds as TSM line up their last ban of Phase 1.
Yeah. We also, I really like the matchup between these two teams.
That's Malphite.
So this is the second Malphite ban we've seen. We saw another one. So it has definitely been used in scrims, and you know, you're laughing because like we don't see him that often, but this is a champion, so much armor with the passive now and the shield. It's a very simplistic champion where you have a guaranteed hard engage, and it is definitely difficult for teams to play, you know, a lot of either AD focus into or a lot of just even auto as attackers into it. And then kind of the similarity there with the Jax and Malphite. So definitely a targeted last two bans there from TSM. Very curious to see what the surprise is going to be. If it will be just a single crazy pick or if it will be an entire strategy that they are guarding against. Regardless though, the Fiora, definitely a very good pick, and Poe Belter actually had a very good showing on the Fiora, or on the Aurelia, excuse me, Aurelia yesterday as far as the mid lane play.
Bjergsen also looked pretty good on the champ, so a nice takeaway there. One of the stronger, mostly mid lane, but you can move it around if you like to bot or top lane. Rakan and Aatrox, so the first two picks for TSM.
All right, so Aatrox definitely going to be happy there after the two guard bans. I believe those are what the you know, Jax and Malphite were kind of guarding against, and allows Haunter to be in a carry position. And I feel like Haunter, as we said so many times on different actually iterations even of TSM rosters, he does get overlooked sometimes, and especially when a lot of people are, you know, playing more of the tanks from the top side. But he is such a strong candidate, you know, especially as North American talent for carrying this team. So we'll see about the Aatrox from the top side, because the bottom side for Team Liquid just got very spicy.
Love the Morgana counter pick, and Kaiser has been a staple basically since release, and Doublelift is no stranger to winning on that champion.
Yeah, the Morgana, we often see it into Rakan, Black Shield on your carry to try and protect against that engagement and allow either the Aurelia or the Kai'Sa there to freely move throughout the team fight. Again though here, TSM actually racking up another support for the Lulu for themselves. Might be in the hands of Bjergsen, could definitely be swapped around. But Rakan as well as Lulu, a very potent kind of double support combination here that applies the hard engage as well as being able to protect and even sometimes supplement melee carries. Like a Lulu can very easily just work with an Aatrox, you know, give him the extra attack speed, give him the knockup when he goes in for a double knockup off of Q.
Yeah, I was kind of ready for whatever Bjergsen's Aurelia kind of pick was, but it may just be a Lulu to try and neutralize Mundo, though, continuing the trend of top lane tank bans by TSM. Again, trying to protect Haunter's Aatrox, and there's Xayah banned away. Definitely an option there for Sven, with Kai'Sa taken off the table. And TSM, one more top lane ban? Yeah, and why not? Take him down as well.
All right, Impact. Those are, I feel like, are more impact-focused bans here. As you know, in the first round, we were kind of debating the Jax and the Malphite, and now definitely here, they don't want you know, him on one of those more secure-feeling champions. Every time we see Impact on a carry, we're kind of like, you know, he can pull it off, but you know, how successful are Team Liquid going to be if he's not on one of those tanks to try and create some room for whoever is piloting the Kai'Sa, whether it is Doublelift, you know, or Poe Belter, I guess.
Trundle also banned away, so different jungler here for Greg. I'm really trying to think about what marksmen are left. Maybe Lucian, as Greg actually going to go back to Olaf. Champion he's shown up well on already during his time in the summer.
Yeah, definitely a very forward-facing composition here from TSM so far. Has a lot of charge buttons as they're looking to dive into whatever Team Liquid are going to pull out. Kai'Sa definitely is going to have a target on her back.
Maybe Renekton for impact? Bit more of a bruiser, yep. Gonna take the fight to Haunts in the 1v1. Takes the Renekton, and rounding out here by Xmithy. Played a lot of Sejuani, so certainly a strong option. Did receive some buffs in this patch.
Yeah, it should be a pretty standard then setup there from Team Liquid. You know, the only kind of wrinkle is Aurelia being a mid laner now, who's been played so often in the mid lane. Is a little bit of a different look, but you know, you're looking for that kill pressure, and it definitely can happen on things like Lulu if that is going to be the matchup. Besides that, though, probably going to be Doublelift and Ole at the bottom with that, Kai'Sa and Morgana. There's the lock-in. There are multiple melee champions here, again, for the Sejuani to work with to stack up those stuns. So probably going to be playing off those solo lanes once again.
All right, well, Liquid have played all but one standard game, and they lost horribly to Golden Guardians when they did
Vladimir.
non-standard. Bot lane TSM, I believe, have played all standard so far, and with an Ezreal being hovered as the last pick here, certainly plenty of good marksman options left for Sven. He's played Varus already. We know that both these players are known Lucian players. I mean, Kai'Sa, I think, is the one you want the most, but you'll take Ezreal when you can get him, and that will be the option here for Sven.
Good old Sven Ezreal. He was getting flamed last split for picking it so much, but definitely works well with Rakan. And we'll have to see about the early jungle presence, because Grig on the Olaf, I feel like he should be able to you know, move up and try and control some early scuttles. And we'll see how this fight over the solo lanes does go. With 4 bans from TSM being poured into Impact, you know, this is definitely something that Impact is used to, having a lot of bans thrown his way, but it's definitely been focused and pushed onto this Renekton Aatrox matchup.
I think in general, it's interesting to see, with the way TSM are drafting, how much leeway Haunter is being given in this game. You know, he's on a good melee fighter in Aatrox. Sven is taking more of a, you know, a good scaling marksman, but not one that like screams, oh, like I'm a Kog'Maw or a Kai'Sa, let me hypercarry. Like, Bjergsen's playing Lulu. That should tell you about how little he's focusing on his individual performance this game and is maybe trying to buff up his teammates a bit more.
And I really like Lulu buffing up Aatrox. Like, Aatrox scales so well with attack speed. The knockup, he'll be in perfect placement for it to get bonus not only out of the knockup part of it, but also the extra health when Aatrox is low. You know, that little bit of extra health, meaning the difference between like proccing his passive and getting him out of, you know, his empowered state with the extra attack speed. I feel like Bjergsen should be using a lot of it on him, whereas Ezreal, like you're saying, is a good target, you know, if he's getting dove for some of those support skills, but not necessary.
Well, we'll have to see. It's a big matchup here between two semi-rivals, I suppose. Team Liquid are defending champions versus TSM. The many time champions.
Oh, baby. All right, so we have a Morgana, so there's possibility of bindings flying around early. You have to always be a little bit more careful. Looks like both teams will just be spreading out into the defensive openings, though, and just watching the river entrances. Always, though, have to keep in mind when there's an Olaf on the table, can go for those power moves, can go for the invades to try and push you off the buff. Doesn't look like it's going to happen here, though, as Bjergsen also playing very far up on the Lulu.
Yep, looking for some poke here and there. Sven also looking for some, but ooh, double lift. Gets the first little bit. He's going to win out this trade. Sven wants some gold. Klepto proccing. Might not be worth it, actually. Double lift looks for the plasma proc. Gonna find it!
Oh!
Forcing the flash away.
You got a sly sack of gold. I don't know how sly it was. He almost had to die for it, and as you said, burned his flash. I don't know. So, in those situations, because Doublelift knows he's got his last auto and the Q coming off, I mean, that was definitely playing it as close to the line as you can get there for Sven. At least for his sake, he can be like, hey, guys, at least my Klepto, you know, I did get a gold a little bit. See if it's worth, though, if, you know, any early pressure down bottom lane results in some denial.
Remember, here on Rivalry Sunday, it is most important to swear your allegiance, spam either TL or TSM in the Twitch chat. And we'll let you know who's winning based on how well you spam. Oh, YouTube chat as well. There you go. Anywhere you are, spam it.
You can create
Twitter,
a spirit
Facebook
bomb
status.
in whatever chat you choose.
Make a sign, hold that up in the arena, yell it out in your house, tell your dog, whatever it is. Oh, nice binding.
All right, Sven is most damage received in this game so far by a mile.
YTL winning the vote. Double lifted all late. kind of forcing some defensive posturing here. We'll see how Sven and Mythic can get through, but they are real good at just kind of chugging through lanes some way, somehow. Team Liquid, unsurprisingly, they do willing to get aggressive early as Bjergsen get the lane pushing in, poking Pobelter under his turret. Aurelia, very good, but perhaps vulnerable to this early harassment. Bjergsen, great stun though. They're not going to follow up with a Q, unfortunately.
Yeah, Bjergsen got the slow off there right before it landed. So Pobelter, even during the stun duration, couldn't get close enough to go for a trade. I don't know if he would have really even wanted to, as the minion wave was also arriving, but a little interaction there. You can see here from the early levels, Renekton notoriously strong early, especially with press the attack still. Since your W not only stuns, but applies, counts as double autos, easily get the 3 proc. This one, he definitely wants to go in. He's got the W there. Pobelter going for the trade and pushing the wave nicely for himself.
Great poly there from Bjergsen, but looks like Scuttlecrab instead going to go over to double lift.
Yeah, so nice to have a support with hard CC ability to be able to take these crabs as a pushing bottom lane. So double lift and Ole rewarded for all of their damage that they were able to deal to Sven early on and kind of bully him around and push up their lane with the extra money from the Scuttlecrab. And that means both Scuttlecrabs controlled by Team Liquid, with Grigg there on the Olaf, just hard farming his jungle camps. Olaf's very good at it. Start your own blue, can just power through all of them.
See the pressure continues. Ole hits a binding that Mithy ducked away from, so he hits Sven instead. Now the tower's starting to take a couple of pot shots as well. Ole collecting max value with support item. And again, damn it, back enough! Just an easy kill onto Mithy. Guardian was down, he couldn't flash anywhere.
This is such a one-sided match here in the bottom side. Seems like Team Liquid are just slugging TSM bottom lane members in the face over and over. Eventually, Ole lands another binding and they just drops.
And Ole again zoning, misses that binding, but just forcing Sven off the wave.
Yeah, let's get another replay here. Ole, again, he has played Morgana for quite a long time. He was landing bindings previously on Sven. This one, right in the face of Mithy and double lift. Instant reaction, W, a couple autos, and the Q there is enough to take down the Rakan for first blood.
And remember, Sven still does not have his flash. Mithy did save his, but Ole didn't even need Ignite to finish off that kill. So the TL pressure will continue here in the duo lane.
It must feel good there for double lift,
oh,
right?
Yes.
Kicked off a TSM, replaced by the European duo. Absolutely slamming them this game. But again, he's one of the biggest, most outspoken AD carries as far as, all right, laning phase is one thing, but it is so much about how you're going to be able to play with your team. And all that matters is the W in the end.
Team Liquid off to a good start. 1,000 gold ahead due to all this bot lane pressure.
Yeah, and it feels super nice to have a Kai'Sa. You don't even need to send extra gold into this Kai'Sa. Double Lift is just earning extra gold for himself. One of the best scaling champions that we have in the entire game. This is not, a smite mid Kai'Sa. Oh, we're going to give him all these jump camps and the mid lane. No, he's just going to, do it the old-fashioned way. Yeah. Kill his lane opponents.
Certainly is a classic. His impact still getting good damage down here with the Haunter. Both ding 6. Haunter a bit behind in farm, but will catch up. Should be about a wave behind. Gets all those minions. Still the pressure mounts here in the bot side though. Double lift and Ole, no reason to do anything other than push.
Yeah, double lift, most gold in the game easily after the first blood. Plenty of CS for himself as well. And Team Liquid, yeah, they'll be very happy to keep this game on its current trajectory. Interesting roam here, though, with the level 6 Aurelia. They've got a lot of crowd control. Grigg is in the area, but might not even be enough.
Haunter has no passive, just a flash. Dark flights away. Gonna have to flash. Does get out of the way. No ult from Xmithy, but the flash in. There's the Vanguard's edge. Haunter gonna pop the Matsker, and his passive does not proc. It's Impact that gets it.
Yeah, most definitely will not be enough, as they're easily able to take him down. Team Liquid winning both sides of the map. Nice roam. Meet up here from Smithy and Pobelter. Old Immortals duo that were picked up in tandem for this squad coming down. It was the level 6 already attained for Pobelter, so he doesn't even throw out an E that could miss. You're just gonna nail him with the ult flash right there, and instantly stack up stuns. No recourse there for Hanser. Had already used his flash, already used his dark flight. And Team Liquid, oh my god!
Finding Ignite down again. There's the killer instinct. Double is looking for it. Ole gets the credit on the end for the Ignite, and Sven also takes a big chunk.
I mean, after the first 2 games of the day that we had that were so back and forth, Team Liquid, seems like they're saying we're having none of that. And this is Infernal Drake on top of how hard they are winning both sides of the map here. That is going to make it, difficult. As TSM are like, okay, guys, we got to farm for late now. Just try not to die anymore. We're just trying to farm up at our turrets. Team Liquid are not going to allow, that recourse for them. There's going to be no extra time in this game for them to farm up. And it's not like they've got super crazy scaling to rely upon later.
It's also not like TSM are even the ones maybe overplaying some of these early situations and getting themselves into places where they need to wait and scale. TL are just outclassing him here in the
Ole's just sniping him right now. I mean, throws out another binding right here. He moves up through the minion wave. I don't know, Mithy tries to answer him with a Q there from Rakan. I mean, throwing out that skill shot at the same time, that is not going to be a good trade if they both play. And Bjergsen now is the next target.
Collapse stun, cleanses out, pops a wild growth on himself. Grig Ragnarocking up, Probel's up, trying to dodge back around. Bjergsen with the watch as Grig is able to get a kill on the board for TSM.
Much needed answer here from TSM to put a stop to this bleeding as Grig finally makes his presence felt. Shows up on Olaf, runs straight through, protects Bjergsen, and Bjergsen does have to use the stopwatch. That was very close to being a 1-for-1 as Pobelter went back in, but that mastery does deny the gold and experience there to Team Liquid as Bjergsen timely stopwatch usage. Anyways, here's how it started. Goes in for the ward clear. There he sees Smithy roaming around the top side. Grig arrives just in time. They do see the stacks there from Sejuani, so that's Pobelter tried to go back in for the burst damage, but Pobelter was able to immune it with his stopwatch usage. Gets, TSM a little something back in this game.
Nice catch from Grig as well. Sejuani ult straight to the face.
Yeah, I mean, not getting that one around me.
Yep.
Ragnarok popped up, so he didn't really feel that one.
No, well played 2v2 there for TSM. Some kills go over in their direction. Well, and again, still under fire, but finally pushing the lane in their direction.
Yeah, and I would say for TSM side, they have to start trying to count their blessings. At least the bottom lane kills were over to Ole, and he was the one getting the last hits on them, so not all of the money was funneled into Double Lift. But despite that, Double Lift still does have the most gold in the entire game because of the CS work that they're doing down there, and of course the assists still do give that percentage. So even without that, could be worse.
We'll see if it gets worse. There's Ole, another nice binding. Double Lift returning to lane. See Grig here just chilling out. Waiting for Pobelter to maybe leap forward onto that cannon creep. Oh, it's a little too close now. Stun, looks for it, doesn't get it. Bjergsen instead just peppers him with a Pix empowered autos.
This is a high percentage play, even though we're saying, oh yeah, Grig was just sitting in that bush for quite a long time. It's a pretty high percentage play to wait and brush around those matchups.
Flash out from Ole, pops the black shield on himself. Doesn't get any other cooldowns, but...
Yeah, actually, that was a good evasive maneuvers from Mithy and from the TSM duo. He doesn't have to spend any flash. That's Ole's flash down. This bottom lane that has been kind of a punching bag does kind of get the upper hand in this exchange, and no flash on the Morgana post level 6 is actually a decently big win for them.
Infernal Drake in 2,000 gold though. It's the lead for Team Liquid, so it's still looking good here as Haunter in a very big CS hole in the top side. His tower also pretty low. Yeah. Counter pick working out real nice for Impact despite full bans.
Yeah, Impact here on the Renekton, bullying him around. You got a little bit of help from the roam of Pobelter and Smithy there to get the kill early, and he, Impact was the one to get the kill credit on that, which was able to fund his early Black Cleaver. But man, once this turret drops as well, the map kind of explodes for Team Liquid. They have the front line of Sejuani, Aurelia, and Renekton that are just diving forward, looking for those kills, stacking multiple stuns, all of them bringing those stuns to Brunt. And once these outer turrets start to drop, for TSM is really when the floodgates open and they allow the offensive calls here for Team Liquid to take place. Speaking of which, though.
Yep, Probosa flashes early. Oh, wait there with a great black shield. May have saved his teammates, still trying to run after him. Bjergsen gets a slow. That is going to be enough. Pobelta going to try and buy some time. Greek, though, picks up TSM's second kill.
Yeah, the speed boost shrine, not quite enough. TSM keep up the chase, and they do get another kill for themselves. So even though they lose their bottom turret, and Doublelift, as you can see, is pushing all the way up to the secondary turret, TSM need to get gold wherever they can. So getting another kill onto Pobelter is at least getting some scraps back for themselves.
Doublelift's gold lead, though, continues to grow. He got solo turret gold after that, thanks to all the pressure they got. Impact going to make it 2 turrets to 0. Cleans up the top turret as well. Blue buff, not going to get stolen. Bjergsen does secure it for himself, but just with the Rage Blade now finished, Doublelift on his own is applying so much pressure.
Yep, side lane's definitely doing a lot of work here for Team Liquid. Meanwhile, we're going to have TSM still trying to get someone with a decent amount of damage items to be able to, make some better team plays for themselves. Sven right now is trying to work it up here on the Ezreal. He does have the Sheen burst damage as well as working to transform towards Muramana on the Ezreal. But Hanser up there on top side has been full defensive mode ever since the early stages of the game. Buying health crystals and armor for himself to not give over any more kills to Impact side.
TL, now just going to take this Rift Herald out. TSM, I don't think they have really a fight to play for, but Greek and Bjergsen are collapsing on the objective.
Yeah, right now Team Liquid made the call to have Pobelter split push. He does not have teleport. This is a mid lane Ignite Aurelia that is split pushing on the bottom side, so that's why TSM, even being down in the state of the game right now, are able to push them off the Rift Herald. Still though, even with seeing that Aurelia and knowing that it's a 5v4, they aren't able to take the Rift Herald for themselves because they are in such a dangerous spot right now. And Team Liquid still have control over the neutral objectives in this map. Easily rotate over to the Dragon and pick this one up first.
Yep, easy Drake for themselves. Like Smithy not even needed for his smite. Because Team Liquid will collect it. And again, we talk about, kind of where TSM are putting some of their power. In Haunter in the top side, in Sven on his Ezreal in the bot. Those two laners are at least 1,000 gold behind their counterparts. Bjergsen is the only one even, and he's on Lulu this time around. To be fair, he's got to finish Morello, so something a bit different, but he's at least getting his farm. But TSM are going to have to wait a number of minutes to, I think, find something a little closer to even.
Yeah, they've got one outer turret left to huddle around and try and defend the mid. Definitely the most important, but it still makes it difficult. As you can see, all their vision in defensive positions right now to try and, see any of these Team Liquid moves coming. Regardless, though, with Rift Herald up, Team Liquid, very easy for them to just take another neutral objective without actually having confrontation. Bjergsen is bottom this time, so they see the mid laner that doesn't have teleport also down there. And that signals, easy Rift Herald for them to pick up.
Ran throughout his ult, but I don't think he was aiming there. Bjergsen is trying to get a turret back for TSM, so at least will open up something and give his team back gold.
Good trade.
But that Rift Herald's probably going to mean that mid-outer is going to go down, so TL are more than happy with what's transpiring. Bjergsen does take down the bot outer turret.
I was wondering if Team Liquid would hold on to this Rift Herald longer to wait and see if they would get a pick off somewhere and get another kill somewhere, because you can easily get 2 turrets with it if you first get a kill. But yeah, as you said, they just want to get the entire outer ring down as quickly as possible to try and move in and move up the ward lines into the deeper vision for themselves.
Checking in with kind of where people are at as far as itemization. Pobelta, Trinity Force Rush, feeling happy there. And looks like Impact, with the Black Cleaver already done, working on maybe GA or probably Essence Reaver.
And Doublelift here with the 193 CS
good.
Already with the Nashor's plus Rage Blade for himself.
He didn't have that. Check, by the way.
He has, oh my god, he has exactly 100% attack speed with the extra dagger that he bought at level 10. That feels so good to just perfectly hit your evolution 16 minutes into the game. He already not only has the Rage Blade passive stacking up, but he can go invisible in these team fights. as well. Team Liquid definitely feel like they're ready to fight, even though it's so early in the game. And they're doing their due diligence, moving up their ward line first, being good boys, doing their homework.
Yep. Doublelift though has already shown his willingness to fight from level 1. So now at level 11 with rank 2 ulti, will not be afraid of starting an altercation as TSM still have to play defensive for, let's call it at least 10 minutes, Kobe.
All right. We can definitely call it 10 minutes. They always have your eye open, for an opportunity to punish a mistake, but definitely true as far as them being the ones to start it off. A Rakan still explosive champion. You can punish mistakes very quickly if a member of TSM moves out of position, away from Ole and away from the Black Shield. Doesn't look like that's happening, as of yet, though, as Team Liquid moving as 4 members to make sure that nobody gets picked off while they're removing this vision.
Nice from McSmithy to not commit his ultimate. I thought Sven had been caught by another Ole Dark Binding, but not to be this time around as Bjergsen is trying to flush Pobelta out of the top lane. I mean, TL, I think they would maybe think about an early Baron, but it's not even up yet for a minute 45.
Well, they are calling Impact over on the Renekton, having him move up. So they might actually just try and brute force one of these secondary turrets. Haunter on Aatrox for TSM, just trying to shove the wave as long as possible until, Team Liquid force a dive or something, in which you would try and teleport.
Great pop Predator actually jukes around the Aurelia stun. Doesn't have to use the ultimate, but Team Liquid, no wave left to try and siege. Nice little move there from Grig, actually. But still, Doublelift is so strong.
Yeah, I mean, Team Liquid also still just kind of fishing for some bindings here. Ole's had such good accuracy so far that, why not move up and look for a couple more at the secondary turret. If they don't see, if none of them land, then they just back right off. Impact can get back down to the bottom in time to catch the wave and get it pushing again. In time for the Baron. 45 seconds on that one. But another Infernal Drake coming up. I always like to take the Infernal Drake first, before we rotate over to Baron, even if there's a, 30 to 40 second discrepancy in the spawn timer, because if you mess up the Baron fight, then, there's a lot more left on the map for the other team to take.
Yeah, bad things happen. Not great when you lose your Infernal, and it makes Baron easier.
Oh!
Impact finds a stunner to Sven. The ult, though, not fast enough.
Yeah, I don't know if they are quite on the same page there. What you would want to do, obviously, would have Renekton stun, immediate Sejuani ultimate to lock him up, but they're going to be able to push on mid anyway.
Yeah, enough pressure to take down yet another turret. Team Liquid make it 4-1 in turret as Grig finally eats a magnetic binding.
It's a special ability unlocked by Ole and the experienced Morgana players.
Doublelift channeling in front of an axe. Gonna have to delay that recall timer. Infernal Drake is up in 15 seconds, so we'll see if TSM can maybe sneak in and grab it. Doublelift does have TP though. You're gonna have to be quick about it.
Yeah, he's gonna use it here. Team Liquid know they're gonna try and rush for it, but can they even stop it? TSM have all 5 members in place.
Well, good vision as well. They've cleared it all out, looking for someone. W doesn't find any.
Smithy?
So he's going to get in there. Might just go for the steal, start the team fight after. He grabs it and gets out. Smithy turns the trick again.
Why even question it? As soon as you see Smithy on the map by the objective, it's like, oh, wait a second. That is not your dragon, my friend. Makes it look so easy, just slipping in for the steal. Pre-casts his W on Sejuani, moves in with the smite combo, and snags it away.
Well, now just Baron to worry about. This Infernal Drake
Oink.
has been picked up by Team Liquid for 3 total Drakes. TSM getting shut out of the big monsters on the map so far.
Yeah, TSM just getting bullied this whole game. Feels like Team Liquid, give him a little bit of hope there, then steal his lunch money. No Infernal for you. And now it is double stacked. Infernals on top of the Ocean Drake and control, over the vision around Baron. Still kind of waiting for TSM to wake up here. 2 kills that TSM did get were both on Grig, on the Olaf, which is not a great late game scaling champion. He's put that money towards some defenses, does have the adaptive helm, but that's not gonna, help him survive that much longer in these team fights. It does look, pretty dire here for TSM.
I think the confidence that Liquid are displaying right now is the truly impressive thing to me. This was how, when they were dominating in the back half of spring and onto their eventual finals run, which they swept, it was this kind of play. Very calculated, very confident, and just kind of knew what to do at every stage of the game. As Impact looking for a solo kill onto Haunter, he's going to get the passive. Impact needs a little bit more, charging on some fury, but Haunter trying to fight. Not enough as Impact takes him down.
I mean, yeah, they're not able to fight back here. Polymorph goes down on a Smithy. That's just going to delay the tower pushing. Impact with his solo kill onto Haunter gets free time down on bottom side, and that is going to put more pressure cross-map on the Baron.
Aptly named Colden there from Impact. Haunter just nothing to fight with here. TL growing that gold lead about 6K now. And with all this pressure from Impact with his teleport, this is an easy avenue for TL to start Baron if they want to.
I mean, we've been talking so much about all the changes that went in this year, and Team Liquid spending all this money in the offseason and completely turning around the squad with all these new members, all-stars, finishing #1 last split. This looks like total domination of one of the teams that's supposed to be their rivals. And you talk about the confidence of the players. Also, if you pay attention to social media, Steve, Liquid, has actually been very confident as well. Tweeted out well ahead of time, well ahead of the match, by the way. A little bit of trash talk towards Reggie and towards TSM, as they're able to also back up the trash talk so far in this game. It's only 23, almost 24 minutes into the game, but it's been such a one-sided affair that it doesn't seem like TSM have much to say about it.
Yeah, and right now Liquid again just giving Doublelift a bit more farm, getting vision back around the Baron. He's got a lot of gold to spend when he wants to go back.
Well, we got to look at it from the difficult perspective here.
Because what can TSM do?
Exactly. They've drafted this Lulu Rakan. They have 2 supportive champions on their side, and they have the possibility, of a quick engage, but they've been spread out and they've been dominated on both sides of the map, so they haven't really had a chance to bring that together. Ezreal there, Sven does have his Trinity Force. His Muramana has transformed, but they really are going to have to use some surprise tactics here to be able to get themselves an opening. And Team Liquid, they've been very good at kind of holding hands here, removing the opportunity for TSM to punish anyone being out of position. So they just continue to move through the jungle as a group and take away those openings.
Yeah, it's going to be 4v4 at best, given how much pressure Impact has in his side lane as Doublelift is able to steal away TSM's blue. Once again, TSM rush back towards the Baron pick because they know they need to check it with no vision.
Yeah.
But now the buys have come out. I think Doublelift is going to spend a big chunk of money soon. He's got almost 2,300 gold left. He's going to hit the recall button. Yeah. What he goes back for, because whatever's about to happen is real tough for TSM.
Definitely going to be tough. Aatrox does at least have Rage Blade plus Titanic completed, so some core items, just not as many as the Team Liquid members, because Doublelift, you mentioned, 3 now. His Mercurial's been upgraded. This Kai'Sa is definitely fully online for Team Liquid, and TSM are going to have to find a way to put a stop to it. Now they've been grouped up.
Stacked together. Need to find a good angle for this initiation. Look at Mythy, see what he can get done. Look for Haunter maybe with a big flank. Team Liquid all grouped here in mid. TSM, I think, knowing that this is one of their few opportunities coming up to try and take something back away from Team Liquid.
All right, 35 seconds here on the Mountain Drake. If Team Liquid easily take this one up, which it looks like they do, because you can see the recalls being channeled from TSM. In the state of the game right now, they can't really force a 5-on-5 straight out without a surprise initiation or something like that. So with this Mountain Drake, if it does go over to Team Liquid, again, they're the ones. Kai'Sa's so good at taking Baron already since her passive, percentage damage and Rage Blade stacks up so quick, but now they're going to have side lane pressure. They can push both side lanes first. Oh, actually, TSM are making their big move.
Yeah, they see an opportunity. Oh, Mythy's way too far forward. Olay gonna look. Here's Xmithy, maybe trying to tag Haunter, but he flights over the wall. Impact with a big TP flying. Burns the ultimate, now gonna move back in. The ult is good, but I think the Ragnarok may have kind of stopped most of it.
Yeah, Impact went for the stun onto Olaf there, actually. And Grig just pops his ult, runs on out.
Poke there from Double Lift though. Does land in onto Grig. Still the Mountain Drake up for the taking. Impact going to go back bot side. Make sure they have priority there. So this Drake will go over to Team Liquid, but TSM get out from the trap that Liquid set.
Yeah, they get out, buy themselves some more time, but at what cost? And now the Mountain Drake puts so much more pressure on burning down Baron. And again, Team Liquid have priority over every single lane. They can push out the side waves first and force TSM to come to them.
And that's the thing, right? It's very slow here from Team Liquid in the mid game because they know all they have to do is not make mistakes, play the clean, disciplined game they showed off in spring, and they'll be golden. All the flashy stuff already happened in the laning phase with Double Lift level 1, with the bindings from Olay. And TSM are the ones continually ask the question, what are you going to do to find your way back into this game? Because the avenues available to you are very quickly closing.
Well, with Rift Rivals only a couple weeks away, we're constantly looking at the North American teams that are going to be representing North America there. Team Liquid, definitely this is the way that you would want to enter another international tournament. Looking much, much stronger here after the small hiccup that they had early on in the split.
TSM again just trying to get some vision, but Team Liquid playing very patient. Jackson does get tagged by a W. No massive surge of AP just yet for Double Lift. No Zonius, which you've seen. No Rabadon, which is also something you commonly see, but it's going to get there. Again, onto Sedwani, but pretty tanky. Mythic forced to burn a stopwatch. Gonna dance back away. Ult is gonna miss from McSmithy, but he's still unstoppable as Impact also looking for a couple stuns. Pobelta looking for the long flank. They're not gonna go for it.
Yeah, a lot of damage kind of taken there by the front lines. Everybody backs off for now. There is an Ocean Drake on Team Liquid side, so Smithy should be able to heal up, whereas TSM gonna have slight health deficits as they go to face check.
Yeah, it's finally time for TSM to make a move. Liquid will force their hand.
Whoop.
Impact hanging out in a brush. There's no vision they can get. Grig gonna try and run in. He's got his flash. He's gonna try and go for a steal. Baron is low, but Team Liquid will take the fight. They'll take down Grig. Impact low, but he's got a GA. He'll revive as his team finishes off the Baron, and now Double Lift. Killer Instinct over the wall. He's looking to clean everybody up. He grabs one. He's gonna make it two. Now Bjergsen is in his eyes for the triple kill, but it's Pobelta dancing forward into the stun. Impact gets it over, but Pobelta outplays the mid lane.
After some strong laning from Team Liquid, there's finally a half-hearted team fight, but it is too little too late. Baron picked up for TL, 5 members strong, running through the TSM base.
Might just be enough to close the game out right now. They are so far ahead in gold. They've been so good around the map, and these Nexus turrets will mount. Liquid, they may have started their season with one slip-up, but they are back to business as usual, and business is good.
Business is very good today for Team Liquid.
And that's kind of the thing. I got flashbacks from their run in spring, from their like playoffs and how well they played in their finals. It's like they had so many ups and downs, and when they finally figured it out, Liquid looked untouchable and rightly won the split. It's only near the end of week 2, Kobe, and Liquid already feel like they're back to form. That is a scary prospect.
Yeah, I mean, people's opinions change so quickly here with best of ones. You know, you get beat by Golden Guardians one game, everyone's, oh, super worried, they can't play Vladimir. And then,
I mean, they can't play Vladimir, at least not in the bot lane.
And you win one here in very convincing fashion versus TSM, and all of a sudden, the scales swing back the other way.
Well, Double Lift with a deserved smile, but Liquid know that it's still a long season ahead for TSM. It's the same, shown a lot of good, but certainly some hiccups here in the start of their season as they try and put together their roster. Grig joining a team. Still feels like they're integrating the changes there in spring. Kind of a lot to think about, but to give us some insight on that game, we're going to send it over to Avali and Team Liquid's Blade Dancer in the mid lane.
Thanks, guys. Pobelta, congratulations.